Bing bong. Doom Nation, what's up? We are back once again with another Doomed review, and we are still in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What are we reviewing today?
Hawkeye, the new series, episodes 1 and 2.
Yes.
Which, interestingly, is that a word? Interestingly enough, they put out 2 episodes at once.
Yes.
I don't know why.
And we are joined by
they-
Danny Macaroni.
Yes.
It's good, Doom Nation.
So,
But did they do that for Loki? I don't think so. Right?
no, I don't think they've
I could've
ever done
sworn
this
they've
before. Which is,
I have a funny feeling that they did this because, like, MCU and Disney right now are not going to let a single week go by without something, like, new. So I think I have a funny feeling Hawkeye is going to end like a week before the Spider-Man No Way From Home comes out in movies.
that's a good point. Maybe they did it because of the schedule.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff
makes a lot
coming.
of sense.
Boba Fett is also
Yep.
coming soon and whatnot. So there's a lot coming down the pipe in the Disney universe. So they probably are right. They want something being put out every week. So you are just hooked in to Disney. Mickey Mouse is there. You got to get your Mickey Mouse fix every week.
I said it when Disney Plus first dropped all of its information on all these, on like the Mandalorian and Falcon and Winter Soldier, and when we first saw the trailer for Loki and stuff like that,
Immediately subscribed.
yeah, I was like, oh, Disney is going to be able to ask for whatever they want monthly.
Yes.
Like, yeah,
Here's take my money.
yeah,
What's
the
that
meme,
Take my
Fry, yeah, take my money.
All right, what'd you boys think? Initial reactions.
You guys both watched it before me. I just finished it. That's why we're recording now. It's fresh in my head. Wow, I really like this. Hawkeye was always, a character that didn't get, all the limelight, and we even had a pretty funny conversation that we'll get into. They did this really well. The Marvel shows all around are mad good because this has the Avengers feel because he is Hawkeye.
Right, he is
But
an Avenger.
but it also has that gritty of Luke Cage and Daredevil type of aspect. I feel like Matt Murdock or the Iron Fist could show up in. I don't think they will, but I kind of got the same feeling, and I always found those to be good. Like Punisher and Daredevil were phenomenal. So
Yeah.
What'd you think, Dan?
No, but I agree with you. Like, I get that vibe where like Daredevil could pop in. Like, you can't get that Loki. I definitely didn't get it with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's just different tones.
Yeah.
Set. You know who the characters are.
it's more of a street level crime
Yes.
fighting. Like yeah.
Defenders sort of thing. Yeah,
Yes.
Hawkeye's like that. Hawkeye's just he doesn't have any superpowers. His superpowers is that he's just good with a bow and arrow. And
Yeah.
he's like he's like an assassin.
Super assassin. Yeah.
We'll be like that one day with bow hunting.
Yeah, I wish, man.
Not today though.
I wish I could swing from a tree or from a building the way that Hawkeye did. I really enjoyed it too. I really liked the opening sequence of how they like
Fantastic.
revisited the first Avengers movie in New York, and they boy have they leaned on the first Avengers movie a lot for like old scenes and rehashing things. They did it with Loki, right? The
And it
Loki
makes
show
it good.
started.
It's like I love watching the side by sides of like the timing and everything is perfect.
Just pull this
Jump.
up to you.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Sorry.
Fucking whatchamacallit, jumping off the building, literally aiming the arrow, and then now you see Kate watching it from her perspective.
Was that an actual? I don't remember.
Yeah,
So
it
long ago.
was.
So that was an actual scene that
Yeah.
happened in the
It
Avengers
was
movie?
it was even in the trailer. There was the scene of Hawkeye falling from the building, and he shoots the arrow
see.
and he swings with it. Yeah,
I love the attention to detail that they get with stuff like that.
it's the attention to detail has paid off for it pays for them to do this because it only gets people to sit around and like us and talk about it 10 plus years later now that the first Avengers came out and we still love it.
Yeah, continuity.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I didn't like though about the opening scene was my God was the little girl annoying.
Daddy.
Like her acting was not the best. Let's put it
Poor girl.
for a child actor, but it's just a kid. So
A for effort.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I liked what she did because I always said this, like, you could almost train yourself. Like, if you have the mindset, like, you start teaching yourself karate, you become a champion, you start teaching yourself boxing and jujitsu, and then you learn archery and you learn fencing You know what I mean? Like MMA, like basically what she did. Like in real life, you could take gymnastics, fencing, archery, mixed martial arts, and become your own little superhero. Technically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. After the opening scene, like the opening scroll of the credits, kind of like showed you her like going
all
through
the trophies, which was
Yeah.
cool too.
training,
Like,
and
that's
trophies.
awesome.
So that was a quick way to like show
Yeah.
how she's been through a lot of stuff.
Yep.
I thought the opening scene was pretty cool of her shooting. You know, me being a big bow guy, you being
Exactly.
I appreciate this because I like bow hunting and bows and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to watch her try and hit the bell tower with that. And
Yeah.
I'm not a big you know more about the comics than we do. That apparently is a
Yeah.
big
Like there's
thing
been
in Kate Bishop's story.
Yeah, there's been scenes like I would look it up, like her with it's like when she was like icing her wound, whatever. I think it was like the pizza for the dog or some shit. That's like a scene like in the
From the
comics,
comics, okay.
and everything. It's like small little details
Right.
that
They-
you would pick up and everything. Granted, like
so-
I'm not super knowledgeable about her, but
Yeah.
like I'm starting to
Sure.
read a little bit more now that she's introduced.
You know what? You know what I liked was how there's the Avengers musical and there's the Avengers in Times Square, which there is in real
Yeah.
life anyway. But like, that's what New York would do.
Yeah.
If superheroes were
Yeah.
real, like there would be a Broadway play and it would be far fetched and super cheesy and nothing like what actually happened.
God, was that cringe?
Yeah.
It made me
Cringe.
just-
Boy, yeah, I was boy, like I was
You felt his pain.
like, I don't think I'm gonna like this show.
Yeah.
Just in the beginning there because of how cringe the Rogers musical is.
But he had it good. He just tuned out his hearing aid. So.
Yeah,
Which is another good continuity because he wasn't the guy in the suit. He's not the god of thunder. He's not, AntMan. He's not anybody. He is just a super assassin that's good with a bow. And here's the real life repercussions of fighting Ultron, fighting Thanos, fighting all these wars.
yeah, going through the wars, your body's beat to shit.
And tell me what you told me earlier.
Oh, okay. So, dude, Tony Stark hated Hawkeye.
Did he really? I didn't...
Hated him. I'm going to prove it right
I can
now.
understand where he's coming from.
Okay.
though.
Everyone Tony loved got a suit. Pepper Potts got a suit.
Yeah.
Spider-Man got a suit.
Multiple upgrades from his
Yeah.
experiences.
All these upgrades and stuff, right? Then, anytime Tony Stark could help somebody, he'd give them new tech or a new suit
Yeah,
or anything like that. In the first Avengers, Hawkeye got brainwashed and they had to save him. Then in the second Avengers, Hawkeye brought them to his house and introduced him to his family. Tony Stark never made him a single bow, a single arrow, a suit, an aiming guidance system. Nothing. He was out there on his own, flesh and blood, with a bow and arrow, fighting aliens coming from the sky, and Tony never gave him an upgrade.
So why do you think?
And has a family too. Nothing to make sure he could come
Never
home.
gave him an upgrade. Helped out everybody. Had the relationship with Steve. Worked on Ultron with the Hulk. Thor doesn't need to be helped at all. Helped raise Peter Parker. Gave nothing to Hawkeye.
But in Endgame, he made the suits for everybody though, like the Ant-Man
Well, yeah, the
suits.
time traveling suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But
But like he never gave something specifically to him.
giving Tony Stark a
Like-
bad rap. Here.
Ah, man.
He didn't give
Still my
Natasha. Did he
favorite,
give
though.
Natasha anything really? No.
Yeah, he gave her a job in Iron Man 2.
Oh, that's just because he wanted to smash, bro. It's not because he wanted,
But you know
she
what?
looked good.
Yeah.
He wanted to smash.
But
He
still-
said, remember, he was like, I want one.
But still, after that, she took over the Avengers, and Hawkeye became Ronin. So like he wasn't like even like when they used Tony's money to continue the Avengers, Hawkeye wasn't a part of that.
Did they use Tony's money though?
I have to
Because
assume.
I don't think they did because remember, remember in Falcon and Winter Soldier, like no, they don't. Like he didn't pay us. Remember at the
Well,
bank.
yeah, but I think
they
those
were like,
fi-
did Stark
those
pay you
5
guys?
years-
And they were like, no.
I'm talking about those 5 years that when Tony was in space and everybody.
No, he wasn't in space for 5 years.
Yeah, when
No, he was only-
I think it was like
No.
for a year.
No,
Right?
no, he was only in space for a short amount of
Okay,
time.
okay,
after,
maybe not.
after the
So when they
battle.
had to save him, remember when the Guardians ended up saving him?
yeah,
Yeah.
that wasn't 5 years that he was
Okay,
in
so
space.
well anyway, Natasha took over in that time. That I believe was funded by by
Makes
him.
sense.
Whatever he redid the Air Force base or whatever that became the Avengers base. Because remember when AntMan, when Hank Pym was like, "Oh, it's an old declassified military base." I'm assuming Tony paid to have that turned into
the
Avengers base.
campus.
Yeah.
Wow, we just went down the rabbit hole
Mm-hmm.
off from Hawkeye. All right, back to the show. Back to the
Yes.
show. I thought I like the idea. It's interesting because it's like a rich. It's like a. How can I put this?
Batgirl.
It's like we're going into the world of the elites, and there's a superhero, like origin story within the realm of people that we normally despise.
Yeah.
Right, and but at the same time, like the character herself, although she's kind of an elite, she's rich, etc. She
doesn't have that mindset.
seems to hate all of these people, right? And there's a lot of I don't know, interesting stuff going on behind the scenes with like Armand and the other guy who's like
What's her stepfather's name?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh no.
But does
What a
anybody
weird-
does
what a-
anybody realize that I just hit this? Does anybody realize that the stepfather kind of looks like the father?
Yeah, kind of.
Thick,
Like
dark
I thought
hair,
it was in the beginning. Then I
thick,
was
dark
like, wait,
hair,
no, it's
a
not
beard and stuff.
Yeah, so that's
Very
her style,
She
That's
got
her-
She's got taste, continuity. She's got
There
a
you go,
type.
yeah, even in husbands, yeah. Yeah, man. So it's interesting. We're seeing like the elites, and underground
Yes.
black market stuff going on. I do like how they're going to flush out obviously the Ronin story here somewhat and kind of show
'Cause you
like
barely
boy
knew
he
much
made a lot
about
of
that.
Yeah.
he made a lot of enemies obviously. They were like black market selling his stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like that.
That's what gives it that Defender's personality. I
Vibe.
feel.
Yeah. Because he's not like a superhero. He's not going to automatically like fuck up everybody with like a beam. Like it's actually his skill.
And I also like she was complaining. She's like, "Well, marketing's your problem," and
Well, they need a marketing lady.
yeah, make custom pops. And he's like, "No, I'm not trying to market anything." And like I was telling you,
Like he's an assassin.
yeah, like he's a super assassin. Like Thor's a god. He could walk into anywhere and go, "I'm a god," because anybody trying to kill him, he shall smite thee. Hawkeye is a stone cold killing machine that is a ninja. That's why he's not the most favorite Avenger, because that's at his core. That's who he is. He's this, he's the person that takes that circles around and lays down the trap and pops out of nowhere. He's not the front guy for all this.
Yeah.
And that's what he tried. That's his personality that he tries to show through.
Yeah, that was his role.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Well,
that. He was
they're
just a
they're
soldier.
personifying it finally, and making it cool at the same time now.
Yeah,
Because to her, to Kate, he's her favorite Avenger.
right, but that's because she's a bow and
Yeah.
arrow girl.
Yeah. And I guess everybody else, like, everybody knows, like, Thor, he goes down to city. Everybody wants pictures. He's, like, doing the peace sign. Like, I don't know. I figured she would understand that in a way, but, like, at the same time, it's your like you said, it's your hero. It's your everything. You're, like...
Yeah, people were, though, like, besides even Kate, people throughout the first episode, right? People were like, hey, let me take a picture. And then the restaurant, the guy was like, hey,
dinner.
Free dinner or whatever. So, like, people...
He does get
in
recognition.
the MCU, like, people, respect and appreciate that the Avengers have saved them countless times.
Although I could only imagine what taxes are like in MCU Manhattan.
Yeah. I wonder if there's an MCU Bill de Blasio just ruining the city. Although now the Avengers probably took him out. One thing I thought was hysterical was, after, when he left Rogers to go to the bathroom and he looks on the stall and it says Thanos is right.
I wanted to
How
talk
many-
to you about that, too.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
It's that meme, being a kid, you idolize Batman. Being adult means you understand why the Joker did what he did. Yeah, Thanos was right, man.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Fully with him.
If I had to sit through Rogers, the musical,
Yeah.
I would have. And you gave me the Infinity Gauntlet. I would have also done what Thanos did on the second try, which was everybody, not just half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't blame someone for writing that on the.
Everyone in that show was enough motivation to snap again.
It's the Avengers' fault that everybody came back and they made the Rogers musical.
Yeah. What were we gonna say before?
No, saying like the Rise musical, super cringe. Like,
Yeah.
hands down, Thanos should have just snapped again,
Yeah.
or just repeatedly until like finally got it.
You know what was actually kind of funny from the musical when they were like, the Hulk, like what does he do? And he comes out with a rock. First of
the
all,
Hulk smash.
yes, and boy, was the Hulk was so poorly done. He was a guy with green face paint
And a
on
green
and a
hoodie.
green hoodie. I mean, I think real Broadway would have done the Hulk a little
Yeah.
bit better than that. But
hell yeah.
that kind of made it a little like it was so cringe that and it was so cheesy. They kind of made it a
Yeah.
little bit funny with the Hulk's part.
And Hawkeye had on like spandex.
Yeah,
It was so
basically.
weird.
And then there was another guy that he. I'm sorry. This should might as well be a
Oh, with
review
the
of
DNA
Rogers,
on it. Yeah.
Rogers the musical. What was that?
He even said it. He's like, yeah, it's all right, except he wasn't there. I think that might be Spider-Man.
Is it? I don't know. It looked like that guy with the thing. It looked like the Steam logo from like
Like-
Steam video games or
Yeah, it
whatever.
was like I don't know. I wasn't getting.
He
I
had
don't think I
like
was
red
getting
on,
Spider-Man,
and he had
but-
red.
yeah, I
like,
know. Yeah,
goggles on. I don't know.
yeah, I know. Keep talking. I'll look it up.
I was gonna say let's.
I forgot
need a
about that.
refresher.
But it is building a good story
Yeah.
because there's tons of questions. I'm curious as to why these families are so rich and what they do, and it's interesting, with the whole elites. Because like we were joking, I was like, this is probably where like a child gets so like there's definitely like these parties that politicians go to, and it might not be human trafficking, but like. Here's a T-Rex head going at $2 million. Do I hear $3
going
million?
once, going twice. One person I do hope shows up in the show, just I guess for comic relief, but it's also in the city. The fucking the YouTuber dude who recorded Shang-Chi
Oh,
in the
yes.
bus and then Spider-Man.
He might.
Honestly,
man.
I would kind of like if he did it like with Kate doing some like awesome
Yeah.
thing.
And who was New Master 69? Wasn't that him? From the Thanos from Thor?
Endgame.
Yeah,
I don't-
who kept beating
I don't think he was New Master.
Okay.
I don't think we even know who New Master is still. But one day.
Was it Ant-Man?
We'll find out one day.
Yeah. So I mean, this is from denofgeek.com. It's saying yes, Ant-Man was there. The Battle of New York sequence in the play naturally features all the heroes, Captain America, blah blah blah. There's a seventh hero in the play who had nothing to do with the Battle of New York, Ant-Man. There's a couple of possibilities at play here for Ant-Man's inclusion. The first is that Ant-Man technically was at the Battle of New York, just not noticeable during Avengers Endgame's time heist. Ant-Man was part of the team that tried and failed to retrieve the Tesseract. Perhaps some citizens saw Ant-Man pop in and out of time, and it became popular knowledge that he was always there. That's pretty deep.
Is
So,
Playing off
pretty
a low-key.
insane.
so that's like a kind of like a what was the
A
thing?
time
Like,
variance.
A time variance, right? People saw Ant-Man there and thought he was part of the original
Yeah.
battle, but it wasn't really Ant-Man in 2012. It was Ant-Man
Yeah.
in
25 or whatever,
2020
23.
going back in time to try and stop Thanos. That's interesting.
That just brought it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Show's over, everybody.
Yeah, we gotta like contemplate now.
That was crazy. That's it. Yeah,
Interesting.
that's a great theory.
What did we say before? Attention to detail.
Yeah, man, it pays off. So we want to rate it? Do we
Maybe
wanna...
that's why they made Hulk shitty in that play because he was such a pussy in the fucking Endgame.
Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even think of that. Yes, the Hulk was completely useless. Right at the second part.
This is
of it.
I need to go see.
Holy shit.
His
Now
reason-
I want to sit through the Rogers musical.
Oh, gee, I don't know about that. So, well, hang on. Before we rate it, we didn't even get into the rest of the episode. So, Kate finds the Ronin suit
Uniform
and
suit, yeah.
sword. And it was pretty badass because we knew she was a good archer, that she had some skills, but I didn't think she would just like that be able to take on 30 of the tracksuit
That's kind of
mafia.
figured where it was going.
I didn't
I don't
realize
know,
she
man.
was
The tracksuit mafia. I mean,
Yeah.
them tracksuits are.
so that was
the
pretty
deadliest mafia.
that was pretty badass. Her like going around and she held
Yeah.
her own against everybody. Yeah,
Yep.
for the most part.
And her stepdad's got the Ronin sword, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And then right after that, his uncle died by a stabbing.
Yeah, we'll theorize. We'll theorize.
But doesn't matter to the mom. You could show her
Yeah.
what happened. She'd be like, oh,
Mom's the worst
Yeah.
character. She's a Skylar White.
she.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What do we want to rate episode 1 of Hawkeye?
Dude, now with the just based off of the Rogers alone, 10 out of 10. No, that's a really good theory. I loved the opening scene. The fighting was good. There's obviously there needs to be character building, and obviously there needs to be a plot that needs to unfold. But we had action we had good action and a good story right off the bat.
Yeah. What do you think, Danny?
Story's good so far. I like the action right away because WandaVision took, I don't even know how
That was
long.
those first 3 episodes were unforgivable for how good that show was.
It's like I didn't want to watch anymore, but I only stuck with it because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
But with Hawkeye, I wasn't really interested like that because he wasn't like someone I cared for like that. But after giving the show a chance, I need something Marvel, to get my fix. So
Yeah,
go
you
crazy.
make you fix.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
But no, it ended up being better than I thought. Originally, I thought like 7.5, 8. But then, like, now that we're talking about it and with the play alone, just talking about the play, I'm going to give it like a 9 because I'm pretty mind blown.
Yeah. I didn't expect we would come up with this revelation.
There we go. Well, we didn't. It was Den of Geek who did. To just be clear.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll give him that.
All right.
Maybe I'll give him like half another point because 2 episodes off the bat, one of the first shows.
Revising his score. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
9.5.
9.5.
Yeah. All right. That's my final number then.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with 9.4.
Just to be a dick.
Yeah. It's just basically as good as it's gonna get for a superhero introduction.
Yeah, in episode 1.
Episode 1, also retconning some things. They did well at that.
Started off strong.
Like making Hawkeye himself like a legacy character, integral to the story of a new character being born. Well done. The way that the whole thing, like the side by side, the story progressed, and then at the end they meet each other. 9.4. Thought it was great. Good job. All right. So
episode 2.
Episode 2. Yes. 2-4. 2-4 doomed review 4.
Yes.
Episode 2. How did it be? You just saw it, so rehash for us. Recap.
Basically, oh, man, trying
It was right after like using the alleyway.
Yeah, so they get back to her apartment and they're talking about the suit and where you get it and we got to heal yourself. And the one-eyed dog is there that still doesn't have a name, whose own little story is building this little mystery around this one-eyed dog.
I don't get what's who cares? What are we,
Good luck charm,
love dogs, I love them, but I don't understand why I'm supposed to care.
It's a
about
lovable character.
Okay,
because who hates dogs, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci hates dogs. And she gets attacked again at her apartment. They burn down the apartment, and then they got to go on the run again. Yeah. And then he tries to ditch her because he's just trying to now. This is kind of like Die Hard at Christmas. He just wants to solve the problem and get home to his family and have a good Christmas.
By the way, this is a Christmas show. We are on the same
it's a Christmas show.
It's a Christmas show.
So yeah, I want to go out here and say it's perfect because it's a Christmas show leading into Christmas time, and it has a little Home Alone vibe to it, a little Die Hard vibe to it, and that's all definitely intentional.
Little I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So I really like the tracksuit mafia, bro. I mean, a couple of New York guys here, hung out with a lot of Albanian guys. Bro, it's pretty funny. It's pretty accurate.
You'd appreciate it more if you have Albanians in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually made a good point that you were wondering if it was Natasha's sister.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Russian mob and it's run by Natasha's sister and they're going after Clint.
Well, spoiler warning. They did recruit her to be part of like the Dark Avengers team or whatever with Valentina,
U.S. agent.
With what's her name?
Who?
Elaine from Seinfeld.
She-Hulk?
No. I'm saying like the.
Oh yes, the woman. Yeah. The woman who took over U.S. agent.
Whatever. Yeah. So they are. It could be. Maybe it's an extension of that.
Well, I heard a little thing that people are hoping that that Hawkeye becomes like the Agent Coulson for like the new Avengers or like the young Avengers. Maybe. Like it'll be led and ran by like Falcon and Winter Soldier, and like there'll be Captain Marvel and Thor will be around, but like all the new people will be like taken under the wing of Hawkeye the
It's
way
possible.
Agent Coulson did.
Like,
That's
Young
just a theory though.
Avengers-
So
I mean, Young Avengers, hands down, it's definitely happening. All the signs are there so far, with more to come.
yeah.
Are you guys?
I mean, it would be cool.
Are you guys concerned some oversaturation might be happening?
It's eventually going to happen. They did it with Star Wars.
Like I'm still super happy right now.
You mean as far as like how much they're trying to pump out, like how much content they want to slam at you? Or?
Yes, maybe not as much content, but now I'm a little bit concerned over the new Avengers team. I feel like there's too many wild cards of like who's going to be on the new Avengers team. Now, like there's a lot of members of the new Avengers team. Like if we're thinking
compared to the original, like 6,
right? So like think of it. Think who's the new Avengers team? It's obviously Captain America, the Winter Soldier,
Shang-Chi,
Spider-Man,
Yep. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Ant-Man and Wasp.
right? Maybe just Ant-Man.
Yeah.
The Hulk,
Yep.
right? Thor is still there. Who am I missing?
but it's like on top of that,
Black Panther is going to
Right.
my sister Shuri.
That's 10.
I forgot about
That's
that.
10. Wanda,
Yeah.
right?
Wanda
That's
and
11.
White Vision, yeah.
Vision's 12.
Loki.
Loki's 13.
Can't wait for that.
I'm just a little concerned. I don't know if all these people are even going to be Avengers, but if they are, that's a lot of Avengers. So I'm just a little bit concerned of sometimes too much is not good.
But on top of that, like you have Moon Knight coming, like
Yeah.
And She-Hulk, and there's a lot.
You see what I
coming.
mean? Like, yeah. So maybe they'll, it's Marvel. They do everything perfectly. Maybe they'll knock it out of the park and everything will make sense
Yeah.
and it won't feel like too much. But I'm starting to get concerned over.
But thing is-
You've already burned me with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right? So hopefully they learn a lesson from that.
Like I felt the same way, but it's just like I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm being weird. Maybe nobody else feels that way. But now that you say it, I'm like, all right, I'm not alone. I'm not bugging or anything.
I'm not too concerned because like Star Wars was oversaturated because they needed to pump out something every year, and they just pumped something out to have something out.
Yeah.
Whereas so far the majority, not everything that Marvel has done, but the majority of Marvel has done is good. So this Hawkeye, so if you didn't watch the movies and you watched WandaVision, even though you don't necessarily know what was going on, WandaVision was still good if you watched that. So as long as, like we always say, as long as you have a good story, the rest, you know what I'm saying? Like
I was just going to say, thinking about it, I didn't even include Hawkeye. The new Hawkeye, that's like 15. The Eternals, that's like 4 or 5 more people. That's like 20.
I don't think there'll be
Dane
like
Dane
Avengers,
Whitman, if he's going to be an Avenger,
Blade.
that's like 21. Blade's like 21. I mean, that's a lot of heroes that are going to be in a hodgepodge here. Maybe they won't all.
And
be
then the
Avengers,
X-Men
but
are coming,
The X-Men,
and
right.
Fantastic
But I mean, it's
Four.
possible. It's possible too
Yeah.
because our big bad was Thanos before, so you needed like that size of a team. We have basically different variants of Kang. So I mean,
Maybe they will need a lot of people
So-
to take on all that. But I feel like this will work if they do it on a slow roll. Like maybe the first iteration of the new Avengers team should not be 21 people.
Yeah.
Right? It should be like the core plus a few new people.
Well,
and
they're
it'll
gonna-
grow as they go to the next 3 Avengers movies.
If they're smart, they will build it up the same way they built up Avengers. There was the first,
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
like Loki, and it was 6 of them, and then Ultron, and it was 8 of them, and then for Thanos, it was the whole MCU. They got to stretch it out, give us all good stories. Don't speed it up. We can't have Avengers 1 and then the next one be Avengers 2 where it's 21 guys. Now it's 22 guys.
Yeah.
That's when it's going to get turned into Star Wars where they're just pumping something out.
It's you're just throwing quantity does not equal quality.
Because Star Wars literally went, okay, everybody likes Jedis. All right, we did good with the cartoon. Han Solo. Everyone likes Han Solo. Just give me a movie with Han Solo in it.
Yeah. Right.
I think they were also desperate for like something, hopefully something to be good because the feedback on the 8th movie and the 9th movie, they're like in panic mode probably.
Yeah.
All right, let's stay on track here. Before we get into Star Wars, we'll be definitely doing reviews of Boba Fett and whatnot.
But as far as numbers go for heroes, I don't even know if you mentioned. Did you mention Captain Marvel?
no,
Miss Marvel,
23, 24.
Miss Marvel coming. You have
We still got Nick Fury out there, 25.
What's the other one? The one that got her powers through going in the.
Oh my God, that's
Oh,
right,
yeah,
Misty.
the chick from WandaVision. Yeah,
26.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a lot of superheroes on the same side. Maybe some of them will turn up villains. Maybe some will get blown up and it won't be them.
Maybe there'll be 2 Avengers teams. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, or maybe they just won't all be Avengers. Some of them will be and the other ones will be.
I think
Or
they're
the
just going to start
Defenders.
doing a lot of. I think it's if they're smart, they'll. If you look at like the comic book universe works with the Avengers and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four,
Right, like multiple
all
teams.
in the same universe. And so, like we were talking about Team Red before, which there's different variations of it, but it's Daredevil, Deadpool, and Spider-Man. That could happen now, and then sometimes there's Red
Elektra
Hulk.
too.
Yeah, well, then you get into Thunderbolts with the Red Hulk and the Punisher and Spider-Man and Daredevil and Deadpool and stuff, where not everything might be the Avengers, where like, oh no, X, Y, and Z is happening, so the X-Men are there, and then, oh no, this is happening, and the Avengers show up. So,
Right, and then maybe they'll have a huge crossover in the
of course
future.
there's
Like
going to
the-
be a
There'll be
crossover.
the teams
Yeah.
crossover, yeah.
Like
We'll
I
see.
need,
Well-
I need some like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers type of feel. when that
Superman
episode
shows
happens.
up and lifts Mjolnir.
that was a comic book,
Yeah, it
wasn't
was.
it? Yeah, they did a crossover of DC and Marvel once.
Yeah, and then they crossed over the actual heroes and combined them, where it was like Wolverine. It was Dark Claw. It was Wolverine and Batman mixed.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
So back again to
yeah. Goddamn.
to Hawkeye. Sorry, it's such a good show. We keep going off the rails. So where did we leave off? Tracksuit
The
Mafia.
Tracksuit Mafia.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Yeah, I feel like Side Talk NYC definitely could be like doing something with
Yeah.
the Tracksuit Mafia. Bro, bing bong. Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Yo, Byron.
Yo, Byron. Yeah, man.
And that's good. And the funny thing, I don't know if you guys caught that when he got kidnapped by the Tracksuit Mafia, and they were like, "We are interrogating you. We kidnapped you," and he's like, and he like undid it. Remember when Natasha was like, when they were like, "The phone's for you," he was like, she's like, "Yeah, they were just about to tell me everything," and he was like, "What do you mean?"
Yes, right. They kind of took that from that. That's pretty. Yeah, that was a good observation. I didn't think of that.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. What else happened in this episode? You're the one who just watched it.
It's a lot. It's story building now. Now the tension's rising between Kate and her stepdad.
Right, they had that fencing
Yes.
duel where you saw he's actually very skilled. So, all right,
That was
let's go.
awesome though. Just not even looking. And
And
just did
it shows
shit.
that
That's
she's
awesome.
pretty smart. She figured out a way to force him to tell the truth.
Yes, like without speaking,
Yeah.
right, through actions. So let's theorize here. I feel like that guy is the main villain of the show.
He definitely killed Armando or
Right.
Armand, whatever.
I think he's going to be the main villain of the show, and he'll pulling the strings from behind.
I
the
think he
scenes.
might be pulling the strings, but I don't think he's the villain. It's too obvious now. I think
Maybe,
he
like,
killed. I
the
think he killed.
face
Yeah,
almost.
or he could be the money to the Tracksuit
Yeah, the
Mafia or
the
something.
treasure.
You know.
I don't think the Tracksuit Mafia is the main enemy. They're just
Yeah.
like.
Well, that might be
comic
like
relief
that might be
goons.
the
never
Ronin
know.
story side.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I think we're definitely gonna get a lot of Ronin because Ronin only popped up in Avengers
For
Endgame.
like one scene.
Yeah, where he was taking on like the Yakuza or
yeah,
the
5 years already passed.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time. You don't know what happened.
yeah, and I think we are going to see a good chunk of that.
Which is like what
Like
I wanted
flashbacks?
to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, because there were flashbacks that they showed when him and Kate were walking down Times Square, when he pointed out Katniss Everdeen and like she asked him something,
oh yeah,
and he's just like yeah, and then you see him like get like in the drowning scene in Endgame from the first Avengers.
yep.
like, he got
And that
hurt.
was he has PTSD
yeah.
because even during the Rogers scene, he was remembering
Well,
stuff.
I think we
So
were talking about
flashbacks
his,
are definitely-
she was asking him about his hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I kind of like
that-
missed it.
That was him having flashback. Like, why does he need a hearing aid now? And it was like
Wachovia.
explosion, literally bombs going off.
when
yeah.
when he was on a town that got lifted 1,000,000 feet into the air and then dropped back down onto the
Yeah,
planet,
I don't blame him for.
losing his ear.
In fact, that just a normal,
Selfish bastard.
A normal human being survived all those things.
Yeah, with a
too.
bow and arrow, and Tony Stark had a suit
Yeah,
of
that's,
armor.
that's something Tony could have done. Get him like a good set of earmuffs or some
Yeah,
shit.
something.
Yeah.
Telling you, he got played. He got played.
Yeah, man. So it ends. How does it end again?
They're both captured. They're being
Right.
interrogated
Yes.
by Bro.
Dude calls bro.
Yeah, the dude cuz
Dude,
bro
you're
mafia.
my cousin, bro.
They
The
go-
dude calls bro mafia.
They go to the back room to tell the female boss that they got him.
Yes.
So
And she's like her own little supervillain, it looks like.
Yes, that's right. Who
yes,
is that?
I was looking at her like I was getting like little leather, like it looked like leather. It was kind of dark. I
Yeah.
couldn't really make it out. So like I figured like Russian gang, Black Widow was recent. Her sister's coming after Hawkeye,
Yeah.
so I figured she was the leader. Then I was like looking at her carefully. Nah, it's not it. I thought it was like the mom, the fake mom, something like that. Because there's pictures too.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit of maybe like Elektra, but I don't think so.
Can I like I looked it up? Can I say or like would you
Yeah,
consider that a spoiler?
spoilers,
You-
go for it.
I was just gonna look it up. So good.
Okay, so
Spoil it.
So Echo is coming out. This is a show. I don't really
Dolphin?
know. Yes.
Okay.
No.
Marvel
Imagine.
Marvel's gonna start having its own documentaries of
Yeah.
dolphins in the Marvel
In the-
Cinematic
yes.
Universe.
No, she's a female fictional super heroine appearing in the American comic books by Marvel. She's the adopted daughter of the Kingpin, and
Ooh.
yeah, for the super like Marvel big fans who know Echo, like I just know she has like a white face print or handprint over her face.
Secretive.
But, she's the I guess that's her.
Okay.
And the actress's
Well.
name is Alaqua Cox.
Okay.
So
Okay. Didn't know you were on Pornhub.
Say that.
No.
Say that 10 times.
I like
For whoever wants
I
to
like
look
to
her
hear
up.
that there is a link to the Kingpin because the Kingpin
Yes.
was in Daredevil and that was fantastic.
Do we have we confirmed that those guys are all coming back?
I think the whoever plays Matt Murdock,
Charlie Cox.
yes, I think he is definitely staying on, and I think he was
Yeah.
confirmed in the No Way From Home movie.
Okay.
he never denied it.
Yeah,
I'm all for that because he was great in that role.
and
So
I think
was,
they want John Bresnell.
Yeah,
to
he
keep
was
playing
great
Punisher.
too. Yeah, well, honestly, the
Yeah.
actors, Mike Coulter and the other girl played Jessica Jones,
The
and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin was phenomenal.
Yes.
so he was.
he should have had his own show.
Yeah, so I hope they keep him on
Yeah.
and bring him back to
Yes.
There's speculation they're gonna bring him back.
Why I said this has got a great Defenders feel, man.
Yeah. Maybe
So.
they could. Yeah, maybe they'll.
And-
Kate Bishop. All right.
Maybe with the new time variants, the Defenders are part of this universe.
Maybe we'll see. Where do you think? So, all right. Here's what we'll do. Let's rate this episode. And let's go into where do we think everything's going. So let's rate this episode. Good.
I'm going to give it an 8. It was good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of callbacks and stuff, like I said, with the whole Natasha and stuff. It's a character building, plot thickening episode. You know what I mean? Like, I think like an 8 is a very good score for something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna pull off a Skaggs and give a 8.1.
Just to be nice.
But still character development. Kate showing how smart she is. Like she's got some wit. She's got some wit. Yeah, Echo coming out, so them showing a character for upcoming show. This one might be like very big in Hawkeye. Maybe just a little appearance, not much to do with him. You never know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, a good episode. I like the LARPing. We forgot the LARPing.
Oh my God! How did we
I
forget
had
that?
to think about that.
Yes. Bing, 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 bing. The score is going up. Yes. The LARPing was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And they're like, you get hit once, you lose. I'm an Avenger. He should have really just been like, I'm an Avenger.
Him fighting his way through the crowd was
Yeah.
hysterical. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, man.
And then they had a trial by combat. Yeah. That was.
And the one big dude was like, cling, cling.
yeah, he might be from Coney Island.
Yeah. Bing bong. Yeah, man, I gotta hand it to them. That was pretty funny. Marvel knows how to be funny.
Yeah.
They're good with
they-
the comic relief.
they
That's
are.
like
That's something else DC should take from
Specialty.
them. Just a little bit of comedy goes a long way.
It does, yeah. It does. It does. Anything else you want to add before I give my rating? All right, so I'll give it a 8.7. Two really good, entrances to a new TV show. Can't really ask for much more than that. Like you said, the WandaVision was really boring in the beginning, and
This isn't.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was also kind of a little boring, and like you didn't know where it was going, kind of in the beginning.
pointless, but not.
Yeah. So this was great. This was a great start for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
new show. So let's speculate here real quick. And where do we think the show is going? And what do you think? What do you guys think? I know you kind of already said this, but what do you guys think is going to happen to original Hawkeye now that they're kind of, the young gun has come to replace him in a way?
I don't think he's going to get replaced. I think there's still plenty more for him. I mean, off the bat, we already know that he's going to take Kate, under his wing and train her. So obviously we're predicting that. I think in the next episode, we're going to learn more about the villain, or we're going to start to learn more about the bad guys maybe. And yeah, we'll see. I don't think Hawkeye's going to make it home for Christmas though.
Fair enough. What do you think?
Let me see.
It's hard to to theorize.
I'll buy you some time. I think one of two things: either Hawkeye is going to die by the end of this, and she will completely let me flesh it out, and she'll completely replace him as the new Hawkeye, because that is the name of the show. It's Hawkeye, and she's the new Hawkeye technically. I don't know if I'm not. Let's say 50-50 here, right? I think where it's headed is some sort of scenario where he's captured by all the people who want to get revenge for Ronin, and she has to save him, right? Because he already saved her to start the show. So the show will end with her having to go in as Hawkeye now.
That's a
and
Disney move.
Save him. And either she'll save him, and that will validate her as being the new Hawkeye. Now she's worthy because she saved the original Hawkeye. Or they'll get in there, she'll save him temporarily, fight will ensue, break out, he'll sacrifice himself to save her because they formed a bond throughout the show. And it'll be like a emotional
Passing of the torch.
Passing of the torch. He saves her, like sacrifices himself somehow to save her. That's my theory of what's going to happen.
Bad idea.
Okay. I can't really say he would die. Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a shocker.
Oh, it'd be shocking and it'd
Yeah.
be tragic for a Christmas story.
like exactly. It'd be
Love
way
it. I love it. It'd
different.
be Game of Thrones like, yeah.
Will he make it home for Christmas? Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think he's going to make it home for Christmas in a body bag.
In a box.
Yeah, in a box, yeah.
Pass the torch. I wouldn't really call it that, but like, she'll stay as an apprentice type thing. Like, Young Avengers is definitely coming, so he's got to show her a lot. She has a chunk more development to do, but him being captured again, or like him and being in deep trouble, her saving him, like, and then showing like more of her fighting, like how badass, doing crazy shit. I could see that happening. That's a Disney move.
Yeah, there's going to be some type of a crossover somewhere. But don't count out Hawkeye, because even in some of the comic books, he's lasted much longer than like people predict.
True.
Oh,
yeah.
Like in World, like when like the Hulk takes over the world, like one of the last of people like in the future is Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
I
keep
think
an
with
eye
her,
out.
too.
Let's keep an eye out. I feel like the after credit scene is coming in episode 3, probably. Right?
I
Don't they
don't know.
normally do the third episodes usually? That
I thought it was like the second to last.
I don't know, but let's just
I mean,
Well,
Loki.
we'll find out.
Loki only did what, 2 of them?
I don't even
Or something
remember
like
at this
that?
point.
I forgot. Yeah.
That is going to be a problem, though. Like, there is going to be so much saturation. You're not going to be able to remember everything.
That's gonna be the multiverse of madness, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess so.
Getting there.
All right. Well, Danny, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having me, dude.
Review.
Thanks, man.
And Doom Nation, thank you for sitting through another Doomed review. We are doomed, and this is still our Marvel Cinematic Universe review. So we will hopefully be doing a few other reviews soon. We got a few things cooking. But yeah, catch us out on the Two Doom Men podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.